Hey, my name is Connor, and welcome to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. Today we saw one of the largest sell-offs in all financial markets, not just cryptocurrency, that we have seen in multiple years. So in this video, we'll be hopping into the data, into the charts, and examining the damage that has been done. And then I'll be sharing with you a bear market strategy that you can utilize on your own to set yourself up for many years to come, because historically speaking, when we see these huge sell-offs in bear markets, these are the buying opportunities of a lifetime. So if that does interest you, be sure to stick with me until the very end of this video. Without further ado, let's get right into it and let the gains be with you. So taking a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, it is currently sitting at $1.4 trillion, down 12% on the day. Bitcoin is trading for $30,416. We have not seen these prices for well over 1 year. We have Ethereum trading for $2,266. And then we have BNB just under 300. And then the talk of the town today is, of course, UST, the algorithmic stablecoin, as well as Terra Luna. Right now, UST is trading for 76 cents. Remember, this is a stable coin supposed to be pegged to $1. So it is down, as you can see, 23% from its $1 peg. And then Terra Luna trading for $35, down 58% on the week and 45% on the day. So taking an absolute beating as UST is struggling to hold its peg. Now, like I said in the intro to this video, it is not just crypto selling off at the moment. Taking a look at the Bitcoin chart, obviously we see Bitcoin now in this major demand level that bulls have defended quite vigorously in the past, going back to the summertime correction of 2021, as well as January of 2021 and December of 2020, when we saw those dips down into the 30K, 28K area. The bulls did defend this region very strong. We have a huge test coming up to see if price will actually break lower. I'll be discussing my thoughts on this in just 1 second. By the way, if you're new to Crypto Empire and you are not already subscribed, go ahead right now and smash that subscribe button down below and turn on all the notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Now, looking at the stock market, looking at the NASDAQ, we can see that the NASDAQ tech stocks are highly correlated to Bitcoin, of course, and they are also on a huge cascade downwards, coming down to some major demand levels that we haven't seen since late 2020. So it's not just crypto specific right now, it is the entire global financial markets. Of course, a lot of catalysts are happening. We have the situation over in Ukraine, we have inflation, many things happening. So we do have President Biden actually speaking tomorrow on inflation, and this is 1 day before the CPI data is released on Wednesday. So as this article says, Biden will be softening us up. The author does suspect. It's going to be very telling what Biden does have to say tomorrow. It is a bit odd how he's speaking before the CPI data is released. As you can see over here, looking at the Forex Factory calendar, we do have the CPI core numbers coming in at 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. So it's going to be very telling what they do say during these releases. And of course, the market will react. Most likely, it's pricing something in right now. So it's going to be very telling over the next few days on what actually does happen next. So you can see now on the daily, this daily candle did just start to form 1 hour ago. Nonetheless, it is green at the moment. Logically speaking, this is an area on the chart where you would at least expect some kind of bounce. As you can see, this is a parabolic move to the downside, right? This is not a slow descent down where price is going up and down, making its way downwards. The past 5 days have been parabolic to the downside, and you can see the volume is quite high. However, zooming out, you can't necessarily call this capitulation volume just yet. It's really not necessarily high enough to call it capitulation volume. Looking at previous volume bars, this is just kind of average volume that we saw throughout the bull market in early 2021 over here. Right, today's volume was just average, and yes, the trading volume has been lower for multiple months now, really since the crash over here in May of 2021. But personally speaking, this isn't necessarily enough volume to call this capitulation, which leads me to believe that there could still be a capitulation type of flush out in the market that we do need to be prepared for. So if you do plan on entering at these low levels, long-term speaking, these are amazing, amazing levels for Bitcoin and for cryptocurrency, because Bitcoin is not going anywhere. This is on a parabolic growth curve to the upside over the years with adoption. Mass adoption is coming. So Bitcoin is not going anywhere. But if you are planning to enter, I would just enter into nibbles right now. I wouldn't go in with the whole entire stack. $31,000 is an amazing price for a Bitcoin. But like I said, I would not go in with an entire stack at the current moment in time. Also, the fear and greed right now, market is in extreme fear at a 10. It's been quite a while since I've seen the fear and greed index at a 10. As you can see, it's in dark red. So that's usually a good indication that, we're close to a bottom, but this could last in extreme fear for longer than many suspect. So we have to keep an eye on the fear and greed index. And another thing that I do like to look at is this Bitcoin investor tool, the 2-year moving average multiplier, because this lets us know, historically speaking, when we're pretty much in a bear market. And the bear markets are just the buying opportunities of our lifetimes. What do I mean by that? Well, we can go all the way back to 2012 and we can see that when Bitcoin dropped below this 2-year moving average, the price of one Bitcoin was $2 or $3 back in 2011. And of course, it went on an exponential growth curve over the next few years to around $1,000. And then we saw the bear market over here, as you can see in 2015, when Bitcoin was below again this 2-year moving average. Bitcoin was around $240, $250 at that time. Went on another parabolic growth curve in 2017 when it hit $20,000, of course. And then we had that most recent bear market that we saw in 2018, 2019 when Bitcoin was trading below $4,000. Of course, we also had the March 2020 crash when Bitcoin dropped below $4,000 for a very brief period. But there was a few weeks where you could have actually bought it sub 6K, sub 5K. And this, of course, led to a new all-time high at $69,000. So when price does actually drop below this 2-year moving average multiplier, that is just the buying opportunity of a lifetime. Looking at historical data, not financial advice, of course. You should definitely do your own research. But this data is very clear. And now today we do have price dropping again below this 2-year moving average. All right, so we are now entering into the historical buying opportunities of our lifetime. This could last multiple months. I do believe over the next 6 to 9 months, we will have discounted prices. You can definitely classify it as a bear market. Of course, when Bitcoin is below this 2-year moving average multiplier line, historically speaking, those are absolutely amazing buying opportunities. Also, we can take a look and see that $225.5 million was just liquidated on a Luna long. This was just a few hours ago, less than 2 hours ago. So people are getting liquidated. If you're playing with leverage, you really need to understand fully what you are getting yourself into. This was a major liquidation, and really, I feel for this person, just lost $225 million. That's a lesson for everybody watching right now. Do not over leverage yourself. You can put yourself in extreme financial danger. As you can see, this individual just lost $225 million in one event. All right, so do not over leverage yourself. Always exercise proper risk management and position sizing, especially if you are trading with leverage. Now, taking a look at the Bitcoin chart, let's go over exactly what is going on and what I think is going to happen next. I do think, looking at the fear and greed index, looking at where we are on the chart, as you can see, if I drop this down to a 4-hour chart, Bitcoin did go as low as $29,660. So it did breach below $30,000. I would expect some kind of bounce from here. We're going to see what Biden has to say tomorrow. Maybe it will give us some temporary relief. We're also going to see what the CPI numbers do come in at on Wednesday. Maybe that can give us some relief, but really this is a parabolic move to the downside. And of course, parabolas have the highest probability of breaking when they go fully parabolic. And this is fully parabolic here, going just straight down. So you would expect this to basically break and see some kind of relief, some kind of bounce. Does that mean it's a reversal? No, I do not think we're going to have a full-on reversal now, but a bounce is likely. Where might we bounce to? Well, we do have some levels. First of all, we have this level over here at 34K. Then we also have some levels up here at around 35,700, and then a huge level over here, really the main one at around 37,000 $26,500 coming into play over here. These are levels to look for if we do actually bounce. Realistically speaking, though, looking at Bitcoin, how low can we actually get? Well, of course, we have the lows from January of 2021, the yearly lows coming into play of last year at around $27,700. And then we do have a pocket of demand down here on Bitcoin from, you can really classify this as 26,000 down to around 23,500, 23K. Realistically speaking, I don't think we go lower than this. It's possible, of course, but if we do end up breaking this demand zone, well, then we have another one just here from about 26K to 23K. And this is a weekly level, is why I have my candles like this on the weekly chart. But realistically speaking, I don't necessarily think we go lower than this. Of course, that can be proved wrong. Time will tell. But for now, those are the main levels to have outlined on your chart, and you need to be prepared if we do see these price levels. And like I said, over the next 6 to 9 months, realistically speaking, we're going to be below this 2-year moving average, which historically speaking is the best time to invest in the cryptocurrency market. So what's the investing strategy in the bear market? Well, you should have a shopping list of your main cryptos, because in a bear market, it is very easy for investors to sell off coins for liquidity. They need cash. Everybody needs cash when we have discounted prices. So what are investors most likely to sell off? They're most likely to sell off assets that they don't have full conviction in. Let's say you're holding an altcoin and you're like, I don't really know if this one's going to succeed. I don't really believe in it. I'll sell it. I'll take the cash and I'm going to put it into something that I really do believe in, or another opportunity that arises, etc. So a lot of speculators, investors in cryptocurrency will be trimming the fat here, dumping the projects they don't believe in and putting them into assets that they do think will be here over the long term. Now, obviously, Bitcoin, that's the main one. You cannot go wrong. I just laid out the main levels on BTC, anywhere sub 31K to 28K really, and then 26 to 23K are the main levels there. And of course, number 2, Ethereum. You cannot sleep on Ethereum, obviously. This asset is also not going anywhere, institutional asset. Right now in a major demand level, but like I said, we could see a bounce from here, but most likely we do see some moves lower, and we do have some lower levels from around $1,975 down to about $1,700. And then below that, we do have some main levels also. If we do get this low, from about $1,600 to $1,300 on ETH, those are your main levels to look for during this bear market. And then there's a reason the top three. There's also BNB. I am very bullish on BNB over the long term. This is the largest exchange in the world, Binance, and BNB is of course the exchange token. So it gives users of Binance benefits and perks for holding it in their accounts. Also, the Binance exchange burns 20% of the exchange profits in BNB. So it's deflationary as well. And of course, it's the main token on the Binance Smart Chain. It's used for gas. It's the main unit of account there on the Binance Smart Chain. Really, BNB also led by CZ, one of the brightest minds in cryptocurrency, a cryptocurrency OG. He's been around the industry for longer than most in cryptocurrency. Super strong leadership for BNB. This asset is not going anywhere. It will be here, in my opinion, not financial advice, but BNB will be here over the long term. And I think it's a very safe hold in your portfolio. Like I said, there's a reason the top 3, of course, besides USDT, which is a stablecoin, there's a reason these are the top 3, all right? So looking at BNB, what are the main levels there? So looking at BNB on the daily chart, we can go ahead and see that the main levels to have your eyes on, right now we did just tag 290. This is a big level on the chart, and we are bouncing right now from 290. But if we do see some further downside, we do have a pocket of demand over here from about 275 down to around 250. And then another big level as well at $225 for BNB. And this asset is a very safe hold in my opinion. Now, UST and Luna, these are very telling times. If we refresh the page, let's take a look at what the peg is at. 81 cents, so it is recovering a little bit. Of course, Do Kwon and the Terraform Labs and Luna Foundation Guard team are doing everything in their power to hold this peg to $1. Personally speaking, I do think it will bounce back, right? I don't think this is the end of UST. But it's going to be very telling what does happen here over the next few days to weeks to even months with the entire Terra DeFi ecosystem. Luna is deflationary, right? If this asset can survive this stress test right here, that would be very, very telling, and I think it could possibly grow back stronger. But Luna, deflationary, we're going to see if it can hold up throughout this quote-unquote bear market, of course. And if it does hold up, it could be one of the biggest wins in crypto. But it's very telling times right now for Luna. Taking a look at the chart of Luna, this is a main level it's at right now, $36. As you can see, it did go as low as 25. Of course, tons of liquidations. And so 25, we also have a level at 23. And then after that, really $20 and $15. So we're going to see what does happen here on Luna. Like I said, if it can actually hold strong throughout this huge stress test, that would be very, very bullish. So those are 4 coins right there. I will leave you with one more. I'm going to be making a lot of content on my top assets over the bear market, etc. in the coming days to weeks to months. But just to leave you with one more strong altcoin that I hold personally, that I'm extremely bullish on, that I think will be here over the coming years when crypto goes on an exponential growth curve and reaches mass adoption, is Monero XMR. Monero is one of my comfiest holds in my entire portfolio for reasons that I've discussed multiple times here on the Crypto Empire YouTube channel. Now, taking a look at the Monero chart, obviously it's been holding up relatively strong compared to a lot of other cryptos, but today it couldn't fight the current. Saw a nice drop off right to a main level at $175, $180. If we zoom out to a weekly chart, we can see there are some major levels of demand for Monero from 150 down to as low as 120. Great levels there over the long term for XMR. Then really after that, we do have some levels over here at around $100 to $110 for Monero. This is where I would be looking. If we see sub $100 Monero, that would just be an amazing buying opportunity. With the fundamentals of this asset, with where it's going over the long term, this is without a doubt one of my comfiest holds in all of cryptocurrency. I'm super bullish on XMR. Now, obviously, there are also many layer 1 projects, layer 2s as well, metaverse, NFT projects, NFT cryptocurrencies that I have my eyes on that I am looking to accumulate over the bear market. I'll be releasing more content about that over the coming days to weeks to months. So again, if you're not already subscribed to Crypto Empire, go ahead right now and smash that subscribe button down below and turn on all the notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. In this video, I broke down the recent cryptocurrency sell-off, and then I discussed some upcoming events that are happening this week, such as Biden speaking tomorrow, as well as the CPI numbers being released on Wednesday, could potentially provide for a short-term bounce in the market. But looking at everything objectively, I do believe we will have around 6 to 9 months, maybe 6 to 12 months of amazing discounted prices to accumulate the top assets to set ourselves up for major gains in the coming years. I hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you let me know by leaving a like down below. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I will see you in the next video.